right, bro, listen to this. So we're back again with another reaction, and we are actually
This is a good
doing
one.
the NF Therapy Session album tier list. So
Yeah.
if you're watching
Bit
this
of
on
a mouthful.
Patreon, it's going to be early access for you guys. But let's just get straight into it, man. So we've got a little bit of a setup.
We've had some time since we listened to the therapy session, so I was feeling a bit like, am I going to remember all the songs or not? But we just have to go through each one.
Let's see how it
and
goes.
if I forget, you might have to remind me.
So I'll remind you about one thing, which is, so NF always does a really good job at having different like concepts for his albums. So this concept of therapy session was basically, it's a therapy session for him.
Really?
When he's writing down the songs and like when he's writing down his pain, that's his like escape, and that's what he uses music for, as well as for the actual fans or people that are consuming the music. It's a therapy session for them to not feel like they're alone and like hopefully have a little bit of guidance from his music as well. So really good concept. Obviously Mansion was also a great concept, so he's always doing this in all of the albums he does.
Notepad was in what album again?
In Mansion.
Mansion, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So let's starting
just
it off.
Start off with the intro.
Starting off with intro 2.
What was... I remember this, that intro 3 was actually before...
No, you're thinking about intro 3 on the Deception album,
yeah.
which is
yeah,
Fear
yeah.
talking in that song. Whereas this one is intro 2.
Intro
I remember
2
the video quite clearly. So they had the mansion with caution tape over it, and then it ends with NF actually like digging a grave, and we're like, what does that mean?
Yeah.
It was such a like mystery to
Whereas
it.
the first one, it was a caution tip on NF itself.
On NF himself.
NF himself.
Yeah, exactly. But there was a lot of rapping in this.
There was a lot of rapping in this.
But
There's some
it's not something
good
I've
bars.
listened
I think people were, like, they had songs like "You're Watching from the Outside," "Into My Lives," and like Nate, why don't you do more like happy songs? It was like he's talking about rapping about these things, like this is not me. Like when fans come up to me saying like you should do more happy songs, and there was a heavy mention about parents in this as well, like not like being happy about NF doing these songs because it's bad for the kids.
Are you thinking about therapy session?
No, it was an intro too.
Was he mentioned that in intro?
I was pretty sure it was an intro
Okay,
too.
fine.
If not, then my bad. But yeah,
but
I remember the song though.
Yeah, exactly. So similar to intro 1 is kind of how I'm thinking. Like there was a lot of rapping, but I don't listen to it often.
No.
So by that,
I would
think it
start
goes
with B.
I would put it into C.
Oh, would you?
I would, yeah.
I think it's a B, to be honest. We're gonna have to like maybe like adjust it.
I think there's
Maybe
going
the end of C, end of B.
Fine. Let's stick with that for now.
Yeah.
Therapy
Therapy
session.
session.
Ooh, there's a good song.
I would
Such a good
automatically
song,
put it in A tier,
So
and then decide on the go.
I would agree with you. I would definitely put it into A tier.
It's top of
I think
A now, yeah.
he talks about some really deep stuff in this, doesn't he? About
And
like
this
suicide.
song had an insane beat as well.
Yeah, the
The
video was
beat
great
on that
too.
song was great. The video was great. With Fear, him talking to Fear, and also the lyrics he talked about was just like, but he was covering suicide. And
So
like,
the first part of the song was about someone who came up to him, a fan, being like, "I've had suicidal thoughts,
and you've
I know you've never like met me before, but it feels like you have because we're a similar person to how you were in the dark times and stuff."
Yeah.
Then he talks about domestic abuse in this as well. About like a girl that he was talking to, her mum was getting abused, and NF got mad and like was like, "Give me the guy's number."
And then what would I do with it? Because
He'll just hit her harder.
You just hit her harder.
Yeah,
and that's
exactly.
such a true thing.
It's so true.
We talked
man.
about this in the song.
We
yeah,
did,
like
we
you
did.
can't really help them, can you?
Yeah, this is such a good song, man. Such a deep.
Because there was a
deep
story
meaning
about this
to
where
it,
someone did, and then later on he literally murdered them.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
And then it was on you because you like triggered them to do that.
Try to interfere. So
100%.
100% A. Maybe go. Maybe go.
This is because it's in the first place. It's a heavy contender.
Yeah, we might have to discuss it.
Yeah.
I just want to know.
I just wanna know how could you?
Yeah.
This was the song about the car crash.
The car crash. That's the
car
one.
crash. Yeah, where the leaving the soul, like was the same as her leaving like life, like dying.
Yeah.
I think it was a double meaning there. In that
It
song.
was. So this.
Good music video, that one.
And it's a catchy chorus.
It was a catchy chorus.
Very catchy chorus. I would put this in B, the top of B, because I know what other songs there are.
Yeah.
So I would actually. This is why I would
we have to be
try
a
and
bit
do
more
conservative
because there was quite a few good songs in this album that are coming up, and obviously we can't just like rate them all high.
Which is why
we have to
I
like
would
be
say
balanced
intro
compared
should
to
be
these songs.
C.
Yeah, let's just.
You think
do
that's
that.
fair?
I think that's fair. If you have to move it up.
The next one's a big one, man. How could you leave us?
Oh, that was a deep song.
It's very deep song.
It's a precursor to Mum or Dear Mum? Mama.
Yeah, I think Mama.
Yeah.
But man, this is a heavy one.
Where he talked about like
I'm kind of torn.
the mum telling him that she's gonna come pick him up, and then saying that she's
showed
not, and he's just waiting there looking at strangers in the house.
Yeah, and she says like, "I'm proud of
And
you,"
then-
and he's like, "How can you be proud of someone you don't know?"
And that conversation they had at the very end, where he's just talking.
Bro, that bit
into
where
the
he's
mic.
like, "You're never gonna meet my kids. Like, they're never gonna know who you are." That
Man,
is so heavy, man. Honestly,
it's heavy.
but it's hard though because, like you said in one of the videos, I think in Hate Myself, you said some of his best work happens when he's at his lowest moments.
It's just
Which is why I would say this is definitely a contender for GOAT.
Between therapy, is it before or after therapy session?
It's really, really hard to say, isn't it?
I would put it before.
Should we put it in GOAT? And we'll have a discussion. We'll have a discussion about potential GOATs afterwards.
Okay.
Breathe.
This is like one of those songs that you sometimes see like being played in the background of films, like really blockbuster films.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Especially the chorus bit, like breathe.
Yeah.
I messed up, butchered that. Rob, you need to drop some auto-tune on that.
No.
When you're
Yeah,
editing
fine,
it. When
fine.
you're editing it.
I'll try my best.
What was the song about? Though?
I'm trying to remember what it was about. This wasn't about his wife, was it? Bridget? This wasn't that song, was it?
Was it about Bridget? I feel like I know this song, but at the same time, I don't.
Yeah, it's hard to say.
Hold on. I think we'll figure
So
out.
we did this on the Patreon, I remember.
This is about where he talked about being like not in the city and rather being like somewhere far from
being
the city
like kind of
apologies don't mean a thing if you don't ever fix it. Do you remember that part?
Mm-hmm.
And then I think I remember this now. This comes to mind. It was a short song.
It is quite
from
short.
what I
Yeah.
realized, it was more so like the end had.
But this
quite a
wasn't
lot
the
of-
song where he talks about Bridget, was it?
No. But
Is
this
that
had
Got You
a
on My
lot of melody at the end of it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a long song in general, but the
the
melody
lyrics-
at the end it goes on for ages.
Yeah.
But I would say this
Ooh.
is low B, high C.
I agree. I think the fact that I don't remember it that much means I haven't listened to it much, which makes me feel like
And we did
it might have to be a
say
C
we did say in our last album playlist,
reaction. Yeah.
that we do it
Taste.
based on like how often we listen to a song. And so for us, for example, Goats is something that we listen to all the time.
I don't know though.
But then again, how could you leave us as a
But
hard
it's
one
too
to
good
listen
for
to?
me to not put it in like high up, right? Do you know what I mean? I don't
Yeah.
think that should be the criteria.
No.
I'll put it above intro though because I quite like the chorus on it.
Yeah. Intro didn't have a chorus.
No, it didn't. It was just straight rapping.
Real.
This is the song
In the
where the
plane.
music video was on the plane,
Plain.
and then
The
he had to
level
like.
cut it off. It was a lot of dissing in a way.
It was a
right?
very aggressive song. So I
Yeah,
remember he
yeah.
was saying like, I feel like the MMLP, like Marshall Mathers LP. So he feels like an angry Eminem, kind of like that's the kind of vibe he had in the song. I think that carried out throughout the song as well.
And we assumed and we thought that him being up in a plane when we did the video meant that he's like above everyone else.
Yeah.
But then also the plane, like, because it was all like destroyed.
Broken, yeah.
Like he's still up there, but he's still like not
Figuring it out.
perfect.
But then,
Like,
do
but
you
then
remember?
people said otherwise.
But do you
Like,
remember he
guys
woke
told
up
us-
at the end and he's just on a regular plane and it's not broken and stuff.
yeah,
I don't think we
yeah.
ever connected the dots. What was
I don't think
happening
we
there?
did.
But in terms of the song itself, I would probably put it into low B. I would say.
Low B.
Yeah, I think low B would be a fair place to put it.
Let's start there. But then we got all over.
Oh man,
Such a catchy
this
song.
might be
man.
my favorite. Bro, he starts off being like, "Oh, when
It
I
starts
die,
off
put me
so-
in a trash bag."
Which much isn't that?
He mentioned it again in the Search album in one of the
I
recent.
don't know why
songs.
this reminds me a bit of Biggie.
Yeah, when
it's
he
about
says,
the hill.
"When I die, fuck it, I want to go to hell
Hill.
because I'm a piece of shit." Yeah, like that kind of like.
that's
I'm
as soon
not
as he
cool.
starts the song as well, right?
Mhm. But I don't think he's going at it of an angle.
But
of like,
he said-
I've died.
And he
So-
also says, "I care more about my soul than my ashes."
Yeah, exactly.
So the next line literally
the
says
body's
that.
done its job, so he's like, I don't really care about the body.
I care about my soul.
Yeah,
And that song is catchy, man.
Yeah, Oh Lord is one of the catchiest songs on the album for sure.
Yeah. I would say.
You know when he was saying as well, he was like, everybody dies, but not everybody lives though.
Yes.
That's a bar as well in there.
Yes. Yeah, that's another good bar.
Yeah. I know, man. Considering the bars, considering like how much I like it,
And how much we're just like talking about this one
we
song.
genuinely seem like happy talking about it. So I think it might have to be in the discussion.
For Go.
I think it might have to be in the discussion for Go, even though it's not like a concept or anything. As a standalone song, we'll put it in A, but we can talk about it. But we can talk about it later as an option.
Yeah, because I think like Therapy Session song like
Yeah.
is up there for GOAT level. Like
For
this
sure.
wouldn't be better than Therapy Session. Would you say it is?
As a song, I would listen to it more.
Oh, okay. I would agree. I actually would agree for that.
But yeah, moving on to the next one.
I can feel it.
I can feel it. Yeah, so good chorus on this song. What's it about? Do you remember?
I'm literally. I think it's not one of those songs that we've like listened to a lot.
Very much. No. Do you know what this song always reminds me of?
What?
You forget it. You thought this is a statement, and we accidentally listened to it. We were not even meant to like react to it.
Yeah.
But you thought it was a statement. What is it about?
It's about the 9,000 a year. It's a short song. This one, and a lot of times he was saying just I can feel it,
which I did like as a chorus.
It's about the heating bills.
Oh, when they're wearing their winter coats in the yard.
Yeah. I remember.
Because I told a story about that.
Yeah, what was your story again?
So the story was when I was younger, we were super broke, and you know there's like big batty TVs, the big ass TVs, the thick ones. So they used to produce quite a lot of heat, so we used to like cuddle around the TV when we used to watch TV for heat and stuff like that.
For the heat,
man,
that's I can relate to that.
Like
so sometimes you just have to
broke.
I think those moments actually like help you bond as a family,
and it's character building as well for like the individuals involved. So I don't know. I look back on it like fondly. I don't think like, oh my god, we were broke, we had to do this. I actually look back on it with a smile. But where would you say this goes?
I think I would put it
B, C again?
I would say C.
C?
I would say it's either behind Breathe.
Ooh. I'll put it above Breathe.
I'll put it behind Breathe.
Ooh. I feel like they both have strong choruses.
Now, we might disagree on this one. We might actually disagree on this one.
Look where intro is now doing, by the way.
Intro's not doing well.
Yeah, I don't think it's like far up on the
Well,
album.
we might need to readjust C then. But
Fine.
we agree on it going to C.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. That's the catchy one. Got you on my mind, baby.
Yeah.
So
this is about his
wife.
So this is the Bridget.
So this
Bridget
is one we
and
did
his
on our Patreon.
Yep.
Same as Breathe, and what else was it? I think that's the only one so far.
Yeah,
on here.
all of the others were released.
But Got You on My Mind was the first one he did about his wife, and it was really nice to
It was
have.
a really positive song.
Really positive because it was a proper love song in a way.
Sorry about that, guys. We had a bit of a camera issue. I know I did the clap.
You thought it was the actual start of the video.
New song or something. But going back to "Got You on My Mind," so one of my like favorite. What's the breathing?
Sorry, I thought it was a Breathe song.
One of my favorite parts was when he was saying that he's more like the phone. He's not the phone type. He prefers to meet up with the people in person, and you're very similar to that as well, actually.
Yeah. I'd much rather be a person who links up a lot more.
A person, you'd rather a person.
I'd rather be with someone more than have a relationship just over the phone.
Yeah.
And also, it's good to have a balance where you can like.
Do you know what I have? Like me and my girlfriend, I really enjoy it when we like text, but in real time. So I'll say something and then she'll say something, but it does feel like a conversation.
Oh, they are
Those
nice.
are quite nice.
They're nice. Yeah, I know what you mean.
But Got You on My Mind, man. Really catchy chorus on this one.
Really catchy. What do you think on positioning it?
It's a tough one. I think
it's catchy.
I'm thinking A or B.
It's a positive. It's the only one of the.
Yeah, it's one
I
of.
think it might be the only positive song in this album.
Or ever, to be honest. Have we ever?
That's harsh.
Have you ever?
He's got the
well,
hype
he's got
ones.
the hype ones.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah,
but this
only
is like
love song.
positive and deep.
Yeah,
at the same time.
So I don't know.
I'll put this
in this album for sure.
In bottom of A or high in B.
You wouldn't put it in the bottom of B.
No,
so
no,
this is before. I Just Want to Know.
I would, yeah. I would say this.
I think it would belong here.
No, that's harsh, man.
I just wanna know.
It is a good song, good chorus, but
Alright. Here?
Yeah, I think the positivity.
I'm
maybe
giving you
trumps it.
this. But
No,
next one,
I'm not expecting
it's gonna
you.
be mine.
Okay, fine. The next one's
If
yours.
you have a debate.
No. The next
yeah,
one's
yeah.
yours.
Oh no, I meant the next one maybe not in agreement.
Yeah.
So
So
this one.
This is a tough one because I
NF
think NF
did.
actually did his thing as always.
He did.
Hype song, really good at concerts according to you guys. But man, like Marty, man, he was not pulling his weight on that one. He had really
It's not
basic
the fact
lines.
that it sounded good, but if you really listen to it, the bars weren't really there.
Yeah,
Like
from
it was
Marty
basic
just to-
rhyme. It was basic,
not
like
from-
just saying like.
yeah.
I think there's one key one I remember where he also switched it from a song to like a text, like like something about bullying or something.
Mm-hmm.
But either way, I wasn't a fan of his
No.
feature in that, and
And
I
we
think
gotta
this is the
have one.
first ever feature we had.
It was.
It was the first ever feature we came across.
Futuristic.
Later.
Is that after this album? Is
That was
in between?
afterwards.
Okay,
yeah,
fine.
yeah.
But yeah, I would say this is trash. And it's not due to NF. It's just a bad feature, but it ruins the song. I actually can't listen to the song because of that.
Yeah. I heard that he does play this a lot in concerts, and people like really enjoy it.
Yeah.
Because it's, but obviously, NF does his part that he does. It's just not a great feature.
So the next song, "Wish You Wouldn't,"
We did that on Patreon, didn't we?
we did do that on Patreon, and this was actually so Kitty told us. Shout out to you, Kitty.
Thank
This
you
is
for that, yeah.
about an ex, and she used to like blame him for a lot of stuff. And he's
Because
like,
of the
"I
long
wish you wouldn't
distance,
talk."
because he went on tours. And
So this is where they have the bar where he's like, "Oh, just because you've never been with someone who doesn't work a 9 to 5. Like,
Yeah.
these are my hours as a rapper. Like I got to do these extra bars, and, extra hours and stuff."
I
So-
remember you got offended by that because the way it like
When we
showed on
cut it.
Spotify, it says you've never been with a man, and you're like, what do you mean? Like
Yeah.
I do 9 to 5. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah. It sounded like he was dissing people doing 9 to 5s, but that was just an incomplete
Yeah.
bar. But when he finished, he was just saying, "I have to do all these like random hours."
One thing that was a bit off from him though, he's saying like I signed a deal without telling you. You kind of have to like
yeah.
share that stuff, don't you? Especially
Yeah.
if you're in a relationship, because that deal might mean he has to do more tours, and maybe that's not something that your partner has. In
Yeah,
mind.
we did kind of agree that wasn't good for him to do. But in terms of the song, I would put it in C. I would say. No,
I would put it in C as well. I would put it in C, and I think I would put it here.
Ooh. I don't know if I agree with that, but let's put it
Where
there
would
for
you
now.
put it?
I'll put it.
Still C, right? So we can agree.
So
all
I don't think
things,
I
yeah.
can feel it needs to. I think I can feel it needs to be higher on C. I would actually put it at the top of C. But we'll do a reshuffle at the end.
We'll do a reshuffle.
Statement. This was actually full of bars. There were so many bars in this.
There
Where
were-
he talks about
Was
like
this
Drake.
a music video or was it Spotify?
Statement. I think
Yeah.
it was Spotify.
Spotify wasn't.
Yeah. But he was essentially saying like, "Drake, leave me the game now." He's like, "You've done a great job, but leave me the game."
Something like that. Yeah,
Yeah,
he
yeah.
had mentioned Drake and something. There was a Kanye. I think Kanye
There
and
was
Drake.
some Kanye.
I don't
reference
remember
in there.
exactly what it was.
So what he said about Eminem as well in this one was, like, I had you to look up to. Like, who's the game got now that like people look up to? There isn't really anyone. So like the state of the game has gone like bad, and that he wants to like essentially save the.
Oh yeah, I grew up on Eminem. Now look where the game's at.
Exactly.
And with Drake, he said, "Drake, I love what you're doing, but call up the game and tell him that I'm here."
Yeah.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah. So he's gonna
There's
run it now.
quite a lot of bars. In
And
there,
it is
yeah. It's
literally
very
him
high.
making a statement.
So this is like literally what grinding should have been.
Yes.
you think?
Yes.
I would say this is B, for sure.
Top of B in my mind.
I'm not sure where exactly on B.
Yeah, let's just chuck it there for now.
Yeah.
Bro, this is probably the song I've listened to the most.
This is. What was the first line?
Might be the last sunshine or
This is a feature.
Yeah.
So
Sunset
when we
Sea.
did this album,
Andreas something.
we originally did it on YouTube, right?
Yeah.
And we didn't do the other songs. So for us, the first feature and only feature of this album was grinding, but this is another feature that's actually great. Like Andreas did an amazing
He
job.
did a great job. He's got a great voice on there.
Yeah.
Bro, he has the bar. Like there's one bar in there that I absolutely love where he's like, they used to say that time flies. I didn't know what it means. Now it
we're
feels like we're running around trying to catch it and cut off its wings. Bro, it's such a bar, man.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that.
That was such a good song.
I'll put this
I
in
actually
A
enjoyed this song.
easily.
some of my like songs. Let me just move it there. And then All I Do. This is a funny one because
Lost
another
in the
one we
Moment
did
was the last one, wasn't
on.
it? Lost in the Moment was the last song, so we should have done All I Do.
Oh, we
first.
got it the wrong way around.
Yeah,
Oh
it's
well.
fine then.
But Lost. All I Do was the one where he said, "Just put 100 in the bank."
Oh yeah, but not 100,000. He's literally talking about $100.
$100.
Yeah,
Yeah, and that cracked us up. This
Because
is
he
what
said
we
there
did
was no
on
humor
Patreon.
in rap anymore, and then he literally comes with like a funny bar. Which
Yeah,
was
and this
actually
song
good.
started off really like suddenly, like it was like, "This is all I do."
Yeah, exactly. It was a bit of a repetitive chorus, I must say.
Yeah.
So I would probably say
I was gonna say,
C.
yeah,
Okay, I won't argue with you on that one.
but exactly where on C we have to now decide.
Yeah,
Should we start from the bottom up?
we'll go bottom up.
Grinding?
So grinding stays there.
Stay there.
So
I feel like we need to trim C a bit by either moving something up to B or moving something down to trash.
I am not against putting "Got You on My Mind" at the bottom of A.
Got you on my mind. This is the song that's really catchy chorus as well, right?
Yeah, this is the one about the positive side.
Right, let's do that. Even though we're talking about C,
Yeah, we are, but this clears up some space for one of these songs to go up into the bottom of B.
bottom of it, so let's just keep this there. Okay.
No, that's the top
Or would you not rather? Okay, you want a bottom. Okay.
because it's moving
Yeah,
from C
yeah,
to
yeah.
thing in it. So I would say my favorite song out of these ones here is probably "I Can Feel It."
I can feel it. I can feel it.
But you like "Breathe" as well, don't you?
I like Brave.
This might
Does
be
that mean that intro can't be there? For sure.
yeah. Would you say? I'm happy
Okay,
for you
why
to
I
put
can
"Breathe."
feel it?
I just think it has a better chorus. To be
Is it
honest.
the chorus?
Yeah,
Breathe has a lot of empty space at the end of it.
but you have
Which
a
is
veto.
why I'm
you have
happy.
a veto. I owe you one. So if you want to put "Breathe" and B, I'm happy.
I feel like I want to
do
use it later. I'm gonna need it later.
that. Fine.
So I'll agree with you on this one. I can feel it as I play it.
Yeah.
And move these up.
Are you happy with that order? Intro to "Wish You
All
Wouldn't"?
I do, wish you wouldn't.
I would probably put intro to lower than "Wish You Wouldn't."
Intro is not getting the right.
It's not that it's a bad song. It's just I don't listen to it. That's the main
It's the
thing.
kind of song we don't really listen to a lot, do
Yeah.
we? Because one, it's introducing an album. I think we're giving it a lot of hate, to be honest. Intro has good bars.
It did also
has
introduce the
good
concept
bars.
of the grave digging, which we didn't find out until the next album. Because if we found out on this album, maybe I'd rate it higher.
Yeah, I think we're being too harsh on intro. I'm not gonna lie.
It's up to you, man. What are you thinking?
Wish you wouldn't. You'd put above intro.
Just about, but there's not much in it.
No, I disagree. This way, I'm gonna use my card.
Fine.
I think intro belongs higher.
Fine. At least I made you use it before GOAT.
We'll have to have a discussion for God. Breathe, intro to Wish You Wouldn't, All I Do.
Yep, I'm happy with that.
Yeah?
Grind at the bottom. Now for the beat it.
I can feel it. Statement, real.
Statement
I would
is
swap.
way higher than real.
Yeah, 100%.
I'll put real at the end.
Yeah.
Over I Can Feel It? Or
Uh,
I'm happy with it where it is, to be honest.
like at the end, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that looks right.
I'll put it above I Just Want to Know. Statement was a good song, man.
How could you get so cold? Oh, yeah. I should
That
remember
has some
back.
really good bars in it.
Yeah. It's
Cool.
the bars in
I'm
there.
happy with that now.
Yeah. Got You on My Mind. Yeah, that
I
deserves
think
to
that
be
probably
A.
just about
Lost
makes
in
it
the
A.
Moment. What was that again?
The feature one. I'm lost. The song.
This might be the okay, no, that works there. Oh Lord, therapy. Oh man, they're
So-
all good.
What we saying for GOAT? Because I think we need to GOAT, and then that rules one of the songs. So, what's your favorite song on the album?
That regardless of like the song itself.
That's the
and
problem
one I
I'm
listen-
having.
Is
'Cause
it the one that I listen to the most, or is it the one that actually has top tier, gold level production, lyrics, music, all of it?
I think you got to decide that for yourself.
Oh man,
Do you know what? I think I would put Therapy Session as the number one. and only because
it's annoying
I've
because
actually
in the last
listened to it.
album we put Mansion as number 1 of Mansion.
We did, but I just think best bars. It has very good bars, I should say. The concept was great, and then like him talking to himself at the end. I don't know if you remember that actually. So he talks to himself at the end, where he literally lays out like, "This is my therapy session. Like this is where I get to vent and put all my
Yes,
feelings
this is
out."
my place.
And that
Yeah,
really like cements the concept of the album
of
as
the
well.
therapy session.
So for me, that goes number 1. I would understand people putting "How Could You Leave Us," but I just don't listen to it because it makes me sad.
But
Would
it
you
deserves
agree?
top of A though.
I think so, yeah. I think
Oh
I'm
Lord,
happy.
Lost in the Moment.
Oh Lord and Lost in the Moment. I could have the other way around, but I'm happy where it is as well. Like I love them
They're
interchangeably.
equally good. Yeah, they're interchangeably good depending
Yeah.
on the mood, right?
Yeah. But yeah, man, I think overall,
What do you think of the album? I think this tier list looks good.
yeah.
I don't think I would change anything on first look, but I think we may have to just let this marinate a bit and see what we feel about this. Maybe once
Yeah, I
we-
think on the
when
last
we're
tier list
editing
we
it.
did, people would say you can't put "Wake Up and See," that's criminal.
But that's one we like couldn't properly do, right?
Yeah, because
of
it crashed
the
and stuff.
crash,
But I did
yeah.
listen to it afterwards, and I still am happy with where we left it.
Yeah, happy with
So let us know, guys. Are there any shockers on this list? Like, it'll be interesting to get your opinion. on
because
it.
there's a lot more songs. I feel like there's more songs in this.
There are.
But what do you think of the album overall? Like having,
I've
'cause-
got to be honest.
Yeah.
When I listen back, or when we look at the album now, I think it might be his worst album. And I don't mean that in a mean way, because obviously there's a lot of songs on there we like. But I would still take Mention over this album.
Would you?
Yeah, like songs like "Wait" is a really good song. I think Mansion is better than Therapy Session as a goat as well.
Mansion was so sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So therefore, I would say this is probably his worst album, but still a good one.
It's still a really good album, but it's especially having listened to the newer albums.
The Search, man, I can't wait to get to that one.
Can't wait to get that. Was going to be a challenging one,
Yeah.
but yeah, it was a good album, and I'm glad that we managed to complete it fully, even with the other songs that we couldn't do in the main journey. And we'd like to see what you guys think of this Mansion
Therapy
session tier list, and if you would move something else in the GOAT level, or if you moved something into trash, maybe there's a song that you thought doesn't deserve to be.
I think
in
you
any
guys
of these.
might like Grinding a bit better, maybe.
We've never been to a
But-
concert, you know.
yeah,
I feel like
that's
that's why we have the difference in opinion, if that is the case, because a lot of you guys said that Grinding is sick doing a
Live,
concert.
yeah, I can imagine
Live.
it is.
Yeah, and I can imagine it is as well. Like with everyone like shouting the chorus and like going along with the bars. But I'm happy with this so far, to be
Yeah,
honest.
let us know, guys, what you think, and let's see what's next.
Yeah.